improvement needs. Well, the guy who normally delivers the water cooler douse, he got it yesterday on the receiving end, Willie Adames. Now we're set up for game 2. Brian Anderson with Bill Schroeder, our Emmy-winning reporter Sophia Menard. Today's game produced by Brent Reeland, directed by John Walsh, our great crew here in Milwaukee. Craig Counsell got the booze once again here tonight. Get used to it. That's going to be a regular thing for a while. Potawatomi Sportsbook batting order for the Chicago Cubs. Mike Tauchman is in the leadoff spot tonight. Seiya Suzuki and Cody Bellinger. Those will be the first 3 to get us started here against Freddie Peralta. Starting pitcher stats rock brought to you by Spectrum.
Yeah, he's anxious to get the month of May over with. He's got an 0-3 record, a 470 earned run average, although last time out only 1 run allowed for Freddie in 7 innings, but he did suffer a loss, making start number 12 career against Chicago.
Tauchman, Suzuki, Bellinger, top 3 in this order. Cubs are not hitting right now. They do have a high walk rate as a team coming into this one, but they've had a dreadful month of May, and they're currently 0-3 on this road trip. Started with 2 losses in St. Louis, and then the Brewers a 5-1 win yesterday on Memorial Day. Brewers in first by 4.5 games over these Cubs. Starting play today, Milwaukee at 31-22. Cubs come in even 500 at 27-27. Brewers are the only team in the National League Central over 500 as we begin play on this 28th day of May as Tauchman fouls it away. So this is what it looks like. We can look at those standings, can't we, Rock? I mean, we're past Memorial Day.
Yeah, no kidding. Look at it. Yeah, everybody at 500 or below. The Brewers 9 games over. Outstanding start to the season.
1-2 to Tauchman, misses high.
Yeah, culprit for the Cubs has been the offense. Their pitching's been pretty good. They've just not been able to get hits. They're walking a bunch, but not a lot of hits.
Tauchman high on base percentage. He's top 10 in the league in that category, and he fights that one off foul. You want to hear a good news nugget? I read this from MLB yesterday. Put out a nice little research nugget about teams who are in first place by Memorial Day, going back into when the wild card era began, which was 1995. As Tauchman, a swing and a foul tip into the mitt of Contreras, and that is out number 1. The game starts with a strikeout for Freddie Peralta.
And another strikeout. 72 strikeouts now for Freddie, to go along with 18 walks. Think about those 18 walks, BA. 11 of those walks have come in 2 starts.
And he'll face Seiya Suzuki now with 1 away. So since the wild card era began, if you're in first place as of Memorial Day, 53% go on, more than half, to win the division. 66% of those teams in first place at Memorial Day make it to the postseason.
There you go.
So the odds are forever with you.
Win a division or wild card? Yeah. It's a good benchmark. Yeah, where are you at Memorial Day?
A strike. There's a spinner by Peralta, the slider.
Boy, how good was he against the Marlins? Only a leadoff home run in Miami. Brewers lost the game 1-0. Freddie was tremendous.
Jesus Luzardo was just slightly better. 98 pitches, 7 strong. He struck out 7 in that game. He's only walked 1 batter, has Peralta, in each of his last 3 starts. That's coming off a 6-walk game against these Chicago Cubs. That was at Wrigley Field on Cinco de Mayo. There's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Peralta. Fastball Freddie humping it up to 97 here in the first inning.
Yeah, that's when he's most effective, when he's getting that fastball up the top of the strike zone. 97 miles an hour. Throwing it right by a really good fastball hitter in Suzuki.
2 gone, and here is Cody Bellinger now. Bellinger checks in, hitting .253 with 7 homers, 23 runs batted in. Re-signing with the Cubs. A little bit late. Was hoping the free agent market would be a little more robust than it was. But he likes Chicago. He likes playing at Wrigley Field half of his games and has decided to run it back. Had a great year last year. Big swing and a miss. Another good fastball by Peralta.
Yeah, one of the few guys in the Cubs lineup that had a good day at the plate. He had 2 hits. All coming against lefties.
Bellinger is 3 for 6 with a homer against Peralta in his career. Cubs would not bite on the breaking stuff in Peralta's start at Wrigley Field on May 5th. 97 pitches required to go 5 innings in that game and 6 walks. Gave up 3 earned runs that day. That one is in there for a strike right down the heart.
He had 6 walks that start. He had 5 walks in the start against Pittsburgh. Other than that, he's been throwing a lot of strikes.
That was a loss for Peralta. Peralta has not won a game since April. All 3 of his May decisions have been losses. Despite pitching well his last time out, he's 0-3 in the month, 3-0 in the month of March and April, the first month of the season. Comes in at 3-3 with a 3.81 ERA. 3-2 to Bellinger. He chased one. A high fastball around his eyes. 3 up, 3 down, 3 Ks for Freddie Peralta. And now Ben Brown, the rookie, will take the ball for the Chicago Cubs. Skipper Pat Murphy buried back there somewhere in that dugout. What a great job he has done. Brewers have won 8 of their last 10 home games. And the Potawatomi Sportsbook batting order for the Brew Crew with Bryce Terang back in the leadoff spot. 14th occasion he has been the leadoff man. He'll be followed by Contreras and then Yelich. Yelich is the DH tonight. And that is the lineup that is going to face Ben Brown. Brown has nasty stuff. He is one of the Cubs' top pitching prospects. He's kind of been going back and forth between the rotation and the bullpen, Rock.
Yeah, swing man. Yeah, last time out a no decision, 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 66 pitches. He has got a nasty curveball. He's basically a 2-pitch pitcher. Big fastball, upper 90s, and a big overhand curveball.
He shut the Atlanta Braves down for 4 innings in his last start at Wrigley Field. Only gave up 1 hit. He struck out 6 on somewhat of a limited pitch count. That's why he only went 4 in that game. 66 pitches in his last start, and it'll be more of the same here tonight.
He's got some pretty good movement, that 2-seamer. 97 going away from lefties.
2 balls and a strike on Terang. First man up for the Brewers here on this Tuesday night. And the count evens at 2-2. Brown replaced Jordan Wicks on the Cubs rotation. Wicks is close to coming back. Supposedly he's going 3 innings tonight in a minor league rehab as Brown rings the bell with a big fastball. All of the outs in this game have been strikeouts, and the fastball has been prevalent.
Let's check out the Landmark Credit Union defense for the Cubs. A big error yesterday opened up that 8th inning for Milwaukee. Pat Bellinger, Talkman in the outfield, Morel Swanson on the left side, Nico Horner, Michael Bush on the right side, and Miguel Amaya back behind home plate. He caught yesterday.
Here is William Contreras. First ball swinging, chopper. Nice play at third by Morel, and he makes a play for out number 2. One pitch, and the second out here for Brown.
Idea for the Brewers is if you see a fastball you like, attack it. You don't want to have to mess with that curveball. It is a put-away pitch. Got a sharp break to it. This guy has a chance to be a good one. You can see the arsenal. And basically, 4-seam fastball, knuckle curve. That's it.
There is some discussion that once Wicks returns, he could go back into that bullpen and be a force in the pen with that electric stuff as Yelich takes a strike. Yelich the DH tonight. Jackson Chourio starts in left. Brewers have an outfield of Chourio, Perkins, and Frelick. Pat Murphy has 4 true left-handed batters in the lineup. They get 5 true left-handed batters, and then you have the switch hitter Blake Perkins. 4 lefties in Perkins, so 5 batters off the left side against Brown. Yelich hit second yesterday, was 0 for 4. Was a scoreless game until the Brewers put 5 on the board in the bottom of the 8th inning. A big inning. It was set up by an error by the Cubs third baseman Nick Madrigal. That's how the first run scored, and then the Brewers just kept churning. Adames had the big 3-run homer. Chourio drove in a run. He had 2 hits yesterday. And the Brewers won the game 5-1. Swing at him as Yelich strikes out, and there's that curve. It is nasty. Both pitchers off to impressive starts. We go to the second scoreless.
Freddie Peralta back to work. Brewers and Cubs game 2 here at American Family Field. A great start for Freddie Peralta. Strikes out the side all on fastballs on 19 pitches, and that's a great carryover, guys, from what he did against the Miami Marlins. You go back to his previous 2 starts against the Cardinals and against the Houston Astros, and 2 of the best hitters of the game, Paul Goldschmidt and Alex Bregman, told members of the Brewers, according to pitching coach Chris Hook and Carlos Villanueva, that, man, that fastball is one of the nastiest that we have seen this season. So the message to Freddie Peralta before he took the mound against the Marlins was recommit to the fastball. Don't forget that that is still your best pitch. They think that sometimes the usage for Freddie is a little bit too spread out. So 46 of his 98 pitches against the Marlins were the fastball. 4 of his 7 strikeouts, just 1 hit allowed on that pitch. Another strikeout for him there, guys. So there's the usage for him Wednesday against the Marlins. And again, that message seems to have sunk in for Freddie Peralta.
And one of the things that he did such a good job of against the Marlins, Sophia, was use the changeup as well. A lot of changeups in that start. And the benefit of the changeup, when you have a fastball like that, it looks like a fastball, just doesn't get there. 22 changeups, 18 of them for strikes.
First 3 strikeouts for Peralta were on the fastball. He just got Morel on the big breaking ball. And all of his outs are K's, facing Ian Happ here right down the middle for strike 1 on Happ. You think you wouldn't have to tell a guy whose nickname is Fastball Freddy to not give up on his fastball.
Now and again, when you got a pitch out there, even with a fastball like Peralta has, and he starts getting hit, you kind of question it a little bit. You go to some other stuff. You got to go back to what got you here.
Peralta top 10 in the league in strikeouts, and he's climbing that ladder quickly tonight. 4 Ks tonight. He's got 75 strikeouts this year. That moves him into the top 5. He could not get the swing and miss on his breaking ball at Wrigley Field earlier this month. On the ground on a hop, Terang played it into an easy hop, and Ian Happ is retired. 5 in a row for Peralta. That's the first one that's been put in play. How about a quick word from our friends from Eagle River, Wisconsin?
Plan your trip at eagleriver.org.
2 outs. Here is Nico Horner. Horner takes a strike. Horner hit leadoff yesterday. In the air to center field. Routine for Perkins, and 6 in a row for Freddie Peralta to start his night. He's got 4 Ks. Brewers coming to bat. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. Adames will lead off. Yesterday, Willie Adames delivered the big blow. That was in the 8th inning on a 3-0 pitch, Powerball home run number 8. First time he's ever homered in a 3-0 count. Only had 3 balls put in play on 3-0 in his career. And what a moment that was. That took it from a 1-0 Brewer lead to a 4-0 lead. 2 hits for Adames yesterday. Drove in 3. He's top 6 in the league in RBIs. And Rocky just continues to be one of the most prolific home run hitting shortstops in the game.
Yeah, and clutch as well. I mean, when you need a big hit, Willy Adames more times than not is going to be able to come through. He has been hitting the ball hard for a while. Finally able to drop one over the fence. You can't catch those. He's been hitting into some bad luck.
It's funny because he's not a guy that swings often 3-0. But you kind of had a feeling yesterday that that was the moment. And he said as much to Sophia after the game. Sometimes the situation lends itself. Felt like the pitcher knew he had to get back in the count. He got a fastball and he didn't miss. Rolls over to Morel here, and there is out number one.
And he got one down in the strike zone, which makes it a little bit easier to get the barrel of the bat to it. That ball's up a little bit more. He might foul it off or maybe swing and miss. But what a moment, you know, for Willy Adames. All set up by an error that opened up the inning. First and third, nobody out, ground ball. Contreras would have hit into a double play. Ball was booted. Yelich would strike out. That would have ended the inning, but not the case. Brewer was able to put up a 5 spot.
Jake Bauers takes strike one. Bauers back at first base. Rhys Hoskins still on the comeback trail. He's getting closer. Sophia will have more on Rhys a little bit later, but it was good to see Rhys on the field for batting practice. Hamstring injury for Hoskins. Bauers has a slick glove over at first, and after a slow start offensively, his bat has gotten hot here in the month of May. 5 homers. He has the lone grand slam for the Brewers this year. Driven in 23 runs, and he fouls that one away. That'll be in the seats.
Yeah, but you got to have Rhys Hoskins in the lineup. I mean, particularly against lefties. He was swinging the bat well before he got that hamstring injury. How ironic would it be if he comes back when the team is in Philly?
You know he wants to get back when the team goes to Philly. He's a very popular figure there. One and two the count on Bauers. And down he goes. Ben Brown picks up his 3rd strikeout. 5 in a row. He has retired as we send it down to Sophia. What do you have, Soph?
Well, as you guys said, they've been without Rhys Hoskins for the last 12 games. He went through a full pregame routine today. He's also been tracking pitches in the cage. He took the biggest step forward over the weekend in Boston, just getting back on the field and starting to take batting practice. So he wants to continue to push it tomorrow, go through another full pregame day, reassess as they're heading into the weekend as they start to hit the series against the Chicago White Sox. But he is certainly eyeing a return, guys, for that road trip against his former team, the Philadelphia Phillies. The Brewers would love to get him back, so he's hoping to avoid that minor league rehab assignment.
Yeah, that's the next trip. Philadelphia is next Monday. That one's in the air by Ortiz. Going to stay in the ballpark. Happ is under it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. 6 in a row retired by Ben Brown. Scoreless game. We go to the 3rd. Peralta back on the hill. Our stats with Lowe's. Cubs offense the last 13 games, 3-10 record, scoring just 2.5 runs per game, low batting average, low home run total as Michael Busch sends one sky high to center field. Perkins is back and we'll watch it fly out of here. So Michael Busch not wasting any time, and he gets a breaking ball from Peralta and puts the Cubs on the board first here tonight. 8th home run for Busch.
Yeah, that's what we were expecting yesterday when Gasser was out on the mound pumping in first pitch strikes, but the Cubs really never did swing at the first pitch too much. This was a hanger. This one right down the middle. Busch on the first pitch curveball, able to knock this one out way back into center off the batter's eye.
Impressive power. That was a mile high in the air. First ball swinging Dansby Swanson. He fouls it away.
Interesting that Craig Counsell has Dansby Swanson in the 8th spot.
Yeah. Talked about that before the game today. Counsell put the positive spin on it, said it's more about the quality of his lineup as opposed to Swanson. But you got to figure the numbers against Peralta have something to do with this. Dansby Swanson is 0 for 10 lifetime against Freddie Peralta. Hamstring injury knocked him out and spent a couple of weeks on the injured list. He struggled since coming back as he strikes out. 5th K for Peralta.
And overall hitting about .210. Another reason why he's down in the lineup.
Good bounce back by Freddie after giving up the leadoff homer. Number 9 hitter Miguel Amaya. Amaya had a sharply hit single in his last at bat yesterday after a couple of strikeouts. 1 for 3 in yesterday's game. Cubs didn't hit much. Scored their lone run in the 9th inning.
Yeah, Cubs catchers have had a difficult time at the plate.
Yeah, no question. Yan Gomes and Miguel Amaya sharing those duties right now. And a swing and a miss. He chased one. High fastball has been effective for Peralta.
Always has been, always will. Something about the release point.
Stays on its plane. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Gravity doesn't affect it like most. And like that one. In there for a called strike 3. It works on the high fastballs and the low ones. Batters just think the low ones are going to go down and out of the strike zone, but they stay true. And Freddie Peralta's got 6 Ks through the first 9 batters.
Yeah, incredible spin rate that he's able to generate out of his hand. And that low release point, stays low on the delivery. Unusual. Hitters don't see it a whole lot.
Talkman takes a strike. Talkman comes in 9th in walk rate in the majors. He's 8th in on-base percentage in the National League. Yesterday, Horner hit leadoff. Talkman was coming off the bench with the left-handed starter Robert Gasser on the mound. What a game Gasser put together.
Man,
he keeps delivering in a big way. The rookie lefty, 6+ scoreless innings yesterday. Brilliant performance in his 4th major league start. Peralta ties up Talkman with that fastball. 2-2 the count.
They just kept pumping in first pitch fastballs or first pitch strikes.
Two and 2. Jammed him foul. Gasser, Brian Hudson, Hobie Milner, the 3 that were used yesterday. Brian Hudson was brilliant too. 2 innings. He came in a hot spot with 2 runners on. Might see Hudson down for a couple of days now after 2 high stress innings yesterday. Brewers are Pretty much loaded for bear, though, in that bullpen. Only needed 2 relievers in yesterday's game. A swing and a miss. Togman chased a high fastball. So Bush homers to start the inning. Peralta comes back, strikes out the next 3 hitters.
Brewers and Cubs back at American Family Field. Our time to check in with Rick Schlesinger, Brewers President of Business Operations. And Rick, 3rd sold-out crowd of the year yesterday on Memorial Day. Brewers and Cubs rivalry, you expect nothing less than a charged environment, right?
Yeah, it felt like a playoff game. You know, it was a tight game, obviously a lot of tension. People stayed in their seats. We had a good result. It was electric.
And an all-Chicago homestand here. We're going to wrap up the final 3 games against the Cubs, looking ahead to the weekend against the Chicago White Sox. A fun theme night coming up on Friday night as well. Happy Days, a little Milwaukee connection.
Yep, little Fonz bronze bobblehead for the people who buy the theme nights package. And yeah, I mean, obviously the White Sox are here. They don't come here all that often, so you know, we'll obviously dominate in terms of fans, but there'll still be some White Sox fans here. But and then Saturday, $1 hot dogs. So no shortage of fun and excitement in the ballpark. And you know, let's win these games.
All right, Rick, thanks so much for the time. The all-Chicago homestand, guys, should be fun this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Frelick bounces to first. Close play over there. Nice cover by Ben Brown. And Bush makes the play for out number 1 here. I got one of the bronze Fonz as a little sneak preview, Rock. It's pretty cool.
You got that, or did you steal that from Jeff?
That's a good point. It was in Jeff's vast credenza
area.
All his stuff.
Yeah.
You like it?
Well, if he leaves it, it's yours then.
The
Very
bronze
nice.
Fonz.
Very nice.
Why don't you tell the folks out there, the youngins, who the Fonz is?
Happy Days. Hey.
Henry Winkler as the Fonz.
The real Fonz statues on the water, on the riverfront.
What a great show that was. Jackson Chourio swinging away at the first pitch. There was one year, it was a while back, we had a lot of the members of the cast from Happy Days here at the ballpark.
Mm-hmm. Potsy.
Yeah.
Aaron Moran. Joni. And that's right in my wheelhouse, you know. If you ask me about anybody that stars in the current shows,
Arnold,
that are on TV, yeah.
Wasn't that the Hangout, Arnold's?
Yeah.
Ralph Malph. 0-2 to Chourio as he takes a called strike 3. Brown is rolling right now. 7 in a row, making 8 in a row retired. That is his 6th strikeout. This is what he looked like against Atlanta. This kid is tough, man.
Right down the middle of the plate, 98 miles an hour. That's a pretty easy delivery on the arm. Uses his legs very well.
Swing and a miss from Blake Perkins.
And that release point straight over the top.
Perkins hitting in the number 9 spot, the switch hitter. Shows bunt and takes a ball. I hope Brad Brown doesn't yell at Quentin Berry after that. Was he offended by that bunt attempt?
Yeah, you can't be bunting anymore, I guess.
Yeah. It's risky. Fouls it out of play. That's what started the bench clearing. I don't want to call it a brawl. It was like a bench clearing discussion in Boston.
Bench clearing gathering. Basically, which most baseball fights become.
Charlie Green, the Brewers bullpen coach, you know, he's new in that job this year. He said, we had to sprint in from the bullpen. I got to start stretching now before those moments. I wasn't prepared for that exaggerated jog in.
It's a pretty good run from there. And you got to get there quickly.
There's Charlie.
I mean, it's a sprint.
He's stretching right now, actually.
Charlie doesn't look like he wants to run in.
He's loosening up the hammies.
Yeah.
In the leisure seat out there. He's got a lot on his mind. When Freddie Peralta's on the mound, you can usually take it easy as the bullpen coach for a while. That's a called strike 3. Brown drops a hammer on him. 9 in a row, 7 Ks to start it for Brown. There is the bronze Fonz right on the riverfront. That's the original. Hey, a reminder, you can stream Brewers baseball all season long on the Bally Sports app presented by T-Mobile. Peralta starts the inning with a fastball right by Suzuki. Strike 1. 1-0 Cubs on a Michael Busch leadoff homer last inning. 7 Ks for Peralta. His mound opponent, rookie Ben Brown, has 7 strikeouts to the first 9 batters he's faced. A lot of swings and misses tonight. 2 power pitchers doing their thing. Suzuki struck out in the first.
Freddie's already got more swings and misses in this game than he did back in Chicago. That was back on May 5th. Had 13 swings and misses already tonight. 14.
Second start of the month against the Cubs for Peralta. Got another swing and miss. Add another one to the tally there, Rock.
That's 15.
Keeping score?
Yep.
Okay. I'll hit you back in a few. Dom's got your backup just in case you get sidetracked. in case a squirrel runs across the outfield.
That's 16.
Swing and a miss. Add one more to it. Suzuki strikes out. And number 8 for Peralta.
Yeah, handling the top of this batting order pretty well. Here comes another high fastball. Another swing and miss. That's 16.
Cody Bellinger now on the first pitch. Fly ball right field. And Frelick settles under it for out number 2.
Those are even better than strikeouts. You know, one pitch outs like that.
Peralta's had a couple of those tonight as well. The home run was on the first pitch by Michael Busch. Difference in the game right now. 2 quick outs. Here is Morel. First ball swinging, pulls it foul.
These guys are all over the first pitch curveball, aren't they? Unusual. Bellinger just flew out on the first pitch curveball. Morel went after one.
See what it gives him here. Morel's got big power. And he spun him again. This time the curveball, slower version of that breaking ball. And Morel down in the count 0-2. Slider and the curve have a similar shape. Different velocity. Peralta's always had the good breaking ball. Makes his fastball even better.
Difference for him over the last few years, the slider. The slider's been a difference maker.
He's found the pitch to separate the
used to be
the
fastball,
curve and the slider.
Curveball. He hadn't thrown too many changeups. I don't think he's thrown any. But that was a big pitch for him against the Marlins.
Just one today.
Yeah.
2-2 to Morel. Lays off the breaking ball that time. And the count goes full from 0-2 to 3-2. Ian Happ is due next. Morel was the DH yesterday. Starts at third today. He was 0 for 4 yesterday with 3 Ks. Peralta struck him out in the second, trying to get him here to end the inning. And he missed. And Morel draws a walk. First walk issued by Peralta. 2-out base runner. How about a quick word from Potawatomi Casino Hotel?
April 4th through May 30th, win one of 4 Toyota GR86s or a Toyota Supra. $800,000 sports car series. Only at Potawatomi.
So a 2-out base runner. First time Peralta's had to pitch from the stretch in this game. Back pick over to first. And Morel is back. He is a threat to run.
And Contreras has always been real good about that. Keeping runners close, the back pick. Most effective against with left-handed batters at the plate.
It's a good preventative measure. Doesn't count as a disengagement for a pitcher. Lets the runner know that can't get too big of a secondary lead. One and one to Happ. 2 balls and a strike. Peralta's had Happ's number throughout his career as well. After his ground out in the second inning, just 2 for 23 against Peralta. Did have 2 home runs in St. Louis Sunday, did Happ. There goes Morel. Pitches low, and Contreras couldn't get a handle. So a stolen base here with 2 away. And now the Cubs with a runner in scoring position.
And 33rd stolen base for Chicago. Pretty good jump by Morel, looking in to make sure the ball wasn't put in play. Not that that matters with 2 outs.
Three and one, and Peralta checks on Morel. Freddie had Morel 0-2, a chance to make it a 3-up 3-down inning. Lost him, a walk, and now the Cubs threaten here. Hitters count for Happ, 3-1, swinging a foul. You know, you got great stuff when you can throw a fastball in a 3-1 hitters count and he fouls it away.
High fastball is always very effective for Freddie.
Full count, 2 outs. Jammed him. Pop up. And that'll retire the side as Ortiz puts it away. So Peralta gives up a 2-out walk and a steal, but strands him at second base. 1-0 Cubs. A Michael Busch home run to start the third inning has the Cubs in front 1-0. Tuesday night at American Family Field, night 2 of this 4-game series with the Cubs. Ben Brown has been excellent thus far. Finally turned the lineup around. Brown has retired 9 straight to start the game, and Terang a swing and a miss to start the 4th inning.
And basically with just 2 pitches, fastball, curveball, but both those pitches are outstanding. He throws his curveball 89 miles an hour.
0-2 on Terang.
That's usually the velocity of a slider. A good slider at that.
Similar to the curveball of Trevor McGill. Those the spike curveball. He digs his index finger into the back of the baseball. It's got that downward bite to it. Swing and a miss. 98-mile-an-hour cheese. And Terang is strikeout victim number 8. 10 in a row retired here by Brown.
Yeah, both of these pitchers, 8 punch-outs. 16 strikeouts already in the game, and here we are in the bottom of the 4th.
Six strikeouts for Brown. I should correct myself. As Contreras takes a strike.
Did I say 8?
I said 8. I said 8, told you 8.
Freddie had 8.
You did the math.
Yeah.
Freddie's got 8. Wrong guy. Said there'd be no math. Half swing roller over to first base. Busch will take it himself. And 2 are away. Brewers are having a tough time with the Cubs starters this season. That is now 26 innings without a run. Cubs starters have 28 strikeouts in the 26 innings. Brewers have had success against the Cubs bullpen, but very little against their starters. They will get into the bullpen tonight. I say that because Ben Brown is not a guy that they'll stretch out. He's kind of fluctuating back and forth between the rotation and the pen. Pitch count would be in the 70s. High fly ball to right, got some carry. Back on it is Talkman with room, and Yelich just missed it. And a 1-2-3 inning for Ben Brown. 12 straight he has retired to start his night, and it's still 1-0 Chicago. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Looking at the 8 strikeouts for Freddie Peralta. 7 of those have been on the fastball. And the high fastball has been a good pitch for him tonight. The only blemish, a Michael Busch leadoff home run in the 3rd. And it's 1-0 Cubs as Peralta faces Horner, Busch, and Swanson to start this 5th inning. And Horner pops it up right up the pipe, and that'll be out of play. Contreras gave it a look on the wrong side of the netting.
Yeah, Freddie's always pitched well against the Cubs. 17 games, 13 of them starts, including tonight, a 5-2 record. His earned run average at 3.5. Something about the Cubs brings out the best in Freddie.
Been even better against the Cubs here at home in his career. A 2.3 earned run average against Chicago. A 3-1 record. Finds himself hooked up in a pitcher's duel again, just like in Miami against Luzardo. Horner flew out to center field in the 2nd inning. 2-2 the count. Horner's having a nice road trip here. The Cubs haven't won yet on this trip. This is game 4. Horner's got 4 hits. Big bouncer out to short. Adames hustles it over to first for out number 1. And now Michael Busch will step in after belting his 8th homer. T-Mobile coverage cam. It was a rainmaker. This guy's got a lot of power. One of their big prospects coming up. First homer all year on a non-fastball. I beg your pardon, this month on a non-fastball. He had 6 of them in April. He was destroying off-speed pitches in the first month of the year. Just his 2nd home run in the month of May. He's got 8 for the year. He leads all rookies. Peralta in a 1-1 count.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Curveball. Maybe bounce it, get ahead in the count. Hit a hanging curveball for a home run his first time up. Just change up.
There was a day when you could flip a curveball in, the old get over curveball. That's really not a phrase you can use anymore these days. There are no such things as get over curves. Hitters have a totally different approach. Looking in a zone or a particular window.
And looking for baseball, basically. Tough to set these guys up. You can with a lot of hitters, but you know, most guys just going up there and see ball, swing.
Bush had really been struggling in May. He had an 0 for 13 streak. Snapped that Saturday. He pinch hit Sunday in St. Louis. Wasn't in the lineup yesterday. First at bat tonight. He homers. Wasted no time.
He was on that last fastball right there, down a little bit.
Two and two the count. One away in the fifth. Close one, but a good call back there by Charlie Ramos. 3 and 2 the count now.
That was a good spot for that curveball. That last one tried to backdoor it, just missed the outside corner. Didn't want to leave it middle in, that's for sure.
4 foul balls in this sequence here for Bush. Peralta trying to finish him off here for the second out. There's the sequence. He's fouled off 4 of the last 5 pitches. Another 3-2. Bush, a swing and a miss. Tipped it right into the glove of Contreras, and Peralta picks up his 9th K. Finally retires Michael Bush.
Yeah, might have been ball 4, but a little bit too close to take. Up in the strike zone, maybe off the corner. Foul tip held on to by Contreras. Finally got him.
Those are tough to hang on to. It's a luck play back there for a catcher. No skill involved in that, but Contreras was able to squeeze it.
Impossible to practice that.
Peralta is approaching a season high for strikeouts. He had 11 Ks against Baltimore in his 3rd start of the year. After that long at bat, Contreras giving him a breather here. Of course, Freddie Peralta's career high is 13. And he's done that 3 times. He did that in his very first game in the majors, his major league debut. He struck out 13 against the Colorado Rockies. On Mother's Day, one of the all-time great moments for Freddie Peralta as a Brewer. Swanson takes a ball. One and 2 on Swanson. Freddie struck him out in the 3rd inning.
Slider down, high fastball, really good sequence. Do just about anything here, don't have to throw a strike.
A hitter that is pressing Swanson, but a good fastball hitter. 1-2, and that one just missed.
I've been watching Contreras, you know, all season long, but I'm just focusing in on him right now. He makes every pitch look like a strike. He's one of the best pitch framers in the big leagues.
Helps to have a staff who's around the strike zone often. Freddie doesn't miss by much. 2-2, and a swing and a miss. He got him. 10 Ks Through the first 5 innings, Peralta has faced 17 batters, has punched out 10 of them. 1-0 Cubs. Brewers coming to bat. All right, Rock, our Verizon player profile. Willie Adames and his career against the Cubs here in this ballpark.
Yeah, 6 home runs, 7 doubles. In 20 games, a batting average just shy of 300 and an OPS over 900. Amazing stuff for Willie Adames against the Southsiders. The Northsiders, I should say.
Southsiders are coming in
They're
Friday.
coming in Friday, yeah. What are his numbers against them? Let's
well, we'll get to that Friday. Don't think that's not on Brent Reeland's grid.
Oh, man, now it is.
He's checking them boxes right now.
Good, bad, or indifferent. Pick me up, Brent.
Ben Brown has been excellent. Adames into center field, slightly on the label. And Bellinger runs it down. 13 in a row here for Brown. Brewers still looking for their first base runner. Brown has 6 Ks. This feels a lot like yesterday's game. Not the volume of strikeouts, but there was some good strikeout numbers yesterday. This is on another level, though. But Robert Gasser and Justin Steele off to a similar start yesterday. It was a scoreless game until the 8th yesterday. Cubs got on the board with a Michael Busch homer in the 3rd. That's been the only hit of the game and the only tally of the game thus far.
It's kind of been the way it's gone for the Cubs offense lately. Brewers a little bit different. They've been swinging the bats. David, it is amazing, you know, the numbers that you were talking about with this Cubs starting rotation against the Brewers. Brewers have been able to muster nothing. All damage against the bullpen.
3-0 strike in there. Takes it to 3-1. Bowers has big pop. Certainly the kind of guy who could tie it up with one swing. He's got a good count here. And the 3-1 is fouled away. He's late on it. Well placed fastball, too. That's what's been impressive here about Ben Brown. Working up a good lather out there tonight. Full count to Bowers. Half swing, foul ball.
3-2 curveball. A lot of confidence in that pitch.
Brown is a New York native. Ward Melville High School. Cubs number 11 prospect to start the year. That's courtesy of MLB Pipeline. Finished the year last year as the 5th prospect. Top 100 prospect across baseball. Amaya's got a piece of dirt in his eye on that foul ball by Bowers. Steady hand. It's always fun to have somebody digging around in your eyeball.
Yeah, right. Got to be able to see, that's for sure.
See that dirt flying, and one of those specks got into his eye.
It doesn't take much, does it?
They have it rectified. That's why they call it the tools of brilliance. Who wouldn't want to get back there and do that?
It's a lot safer back there than it is in front of these bats.
Here's a 3-2. And Bowers fights one off. Jake with 5 homers this year. He was the 3rd strikeout victim for Brown back in the 2nd inning. Trying to find the barrel here, looking for a mistake from Brown. Late again. Cubs got Brown from the Phillies. He was in the David Robertson deal. That was 2 years ago. And he missed, and Bowers is aboard.
Yeah, good at bat right there.
First base runner of the game for Milwaukee. The string ends at 13 straight, and it is a walk. 9-pitch battle with Jake Bowers, and he is aboard with 1 out. Brings up Joey Ortiz. That was the longest plate appearance of the day for the Brewers against Brown. And let's see if Ortiz can tap in as Bowers takes off, throw to second, not in time. And the running Brewers keep it going. Stolen base for Bowers.
Yeah, the league has been running pretty successfully against Amaya this year. He's caught only 4 of now 34 base stealing attempts. Had a good jump, not much he could have done about that one.
Only the Nationals and Reds with more steals than the Brewers in the NL. That was stolen base number 71. Cincinnati leads the league with 84. Puts a runner in scoring position with 1 out in a 1-0 Cubs lead. Way out in front. Ortiz misses the curveball.
Thing is, you have to be geared up for that big fastball. 97, 98. And he drops that curveball for strikes.
Joey Ortiz with a runner at second. Bouncing ball. Big chopper over to Morel. He's got a cannon. And he keeps Bowers at second. Records the 2nd out of the inning. And that'll leave it up to Sal Frelick.
55 pitches now for Brown. 66 pitches his last time out. Cubs might give him another inning. We'll see.
Longest outing of the year, 6 innings. That was against the Diamondbacks. Didn't have the big strikeout numbers like that. Matter of fact, this is matching a career high for K's, and he's had back-to-back starts now with 6 strikeouts. Had 6 Ks against the Pirates, a couple of 5 strikeout games. He's been toying with it. Tying run at second base. Frelick takes a ball. Sal trying to come through here. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
You see that fastball, you're really tempted to go after. You don't have to deal with a curve. even when it's not a strike.
Well, primarily 2 pitches. They've both been excellent so far as Frelick lays off. Brown trying to get Frelick to bite on it again. 2 young talented players, Ben Brown and Sal Frelick. 2-2 the count with 2 away, and it misses, and now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wow, that was a good take there.
Yeah, it was tough to take that one. Didn't miss by much.
Bowers will be off of the crack of the bat here with 2 outs. Anything hits the outfield grass, he should score. 3-2. Frelick, did he go? He did not. Ooh. Checked his swing, draws the walk. Close one. Wow. And now it's 1st and 2nd. Second walk of the inning, and an extended inning here for Ben Brown. This was close.
Yeah, this was close. It looked like he held up. Good call.
That is good strength by Frelick.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you got to be strong. The hands have to be strong to stop that bat like that.
Third base umpire Trip Gibson all over it. Tommy Hotovy is out. Give his rookie a breather. 21 pitch inning thus far. 9 of those coming to Bowers, and now Jackson Churio is coming up. He's in our time to play fully. It's brought to you by Aurora Healthcare. 2 for 4 yesterday against the Cubs. Had a double and an RBI in the 8th inning, part of that 5-run frame. He's got 3 multi-hit games in his last 9. And he's had good success against the Cubs this year. He's 5 for 13.
All learning experiences for him in his early big league career. He's just going to help him down the road.
2 high-level rookies going at it with 2 on and 2 out. Churio takes a strike. First threat for the Brewers tonight after Brown had retired 13 in a row. He's walked 2 of his last 3. Churio on the ground, but right to Swanson, and that will retire the side. Brown puts up 5 scoreless innings for the Cubs. 1-0 Chicago. We go to the 6th. Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Valley Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by your local Wisconsin Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Another pitcher's duel at American Family Field. Brewers are on the wrong end of it so far. Ben Brown has been spectacular for the Cubs with 5 scoreless innings. Peralta's got 5 innings, just 1 run. 10 Ks for Peralta, facing Amaya to start the 6th inning. Amaya, the number 9 hitter for the Cubs. How about that? 10 strikeout performances. Burns is the franchise leader, then Woodruff. Freddie Peralta has number 14. Fly ball, slicing foul. And Frelick will watch it into seats.
81 punch outs on the season for Freddie.
Yeah, he's top 3 now in the National League.
Yeah.
Brewers haven't given him much run support, though, as Jared Koenig starts his preparations.
Nothing last 2 starts.
Brewers had 1 scoreless inning in Peralta start against the Astros, so it's 13 straight innings without a single run of support for Freddie Peralta. It happens that way. Just try to hang in there until the bats break out. Pop-up foul. It's going to be in the seats.
He'd like to get into that Robert Gasser run support area. 5 yesterday, giving him 33 runs in his 4 starts.
Yeah, it didn't feel like that for Gasser when he was on the mound. He left, it was still a scoreless game, but they finally figured it out after an error in that 8th inning by Madrigal. The floodgates opened up. Two the count. Lead man in the 6th, Miguel Amaya. Right off the end of the bat, little flare, long run in. That's going to bounce for a base hit. Chourio plays very deep.
Yeah.
And Peralta's upset that one wasn't.
Yeah, that was in the air
put
for an
away.
awfully long time. That's got to be caught, but Chourio plays deep. Not real comfortable going back on a baseball. Got a bit of a late start. He took a step back and not able to get there. That ball's got to be caught.
Well, it's all part of the learning process for Chourio. He's only 20. He's a rookie. They've got him positioned out there that way. It's come up and hurt the Brewers a couple of times, including in that game in Miami.
And he goes side to side extremely well, but a little uncomfortable going back on a baseball. That's why they have him playing deep.
Quinn Berry is convinced that that won't be the case for long. You start a major league season, you start adding these pieces. That's the man in charge of the outfielders. And he thinks Chourio, once he settles in a little bit and keeps improving, all the things that they do to try to get him to move in a little bit.
And the other thing about Jackson in the outfield, at least early on, he's been safety first. He doesn't seem to want to go and really die for a baseball. He'll be more than willing to give up the single, but doesn't want to give up the extra base hit so much, especially coming in on the baseball.
Here's a 1-2, and that one misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
But again, as you said, all part of the learning curve in the major leagues.
Dealing with a third deck. Big league ballparks. Different sounds, different swings. I'm sure Freddie Peralta doesn't want to hear anything about that right now. He was upset that wasn't caught. And now he's in a 3-2 count against Tauchman. Pitch count for Peralta at 93. And he's around for the 3rd time in the batting order. He's not a guy that gets a lot of ground ball double plays. 3-2 pitch. Tauchman in the air. Popped and foul. It's going to stay playable. And Ortiz makes a catch for the out. First out of the inning. Big out there for Peralta.
That fastball still has some life on it. 96 right down the middle. And Tauchman jammed himself.
Tauchman is 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. And here comes Suzuki. Saw big Jared Koenig loosening in the bullpen. You do have a lefty coming up next in Bellinger. Might be the spot for him. We'll see. They're stirring in the Brewers dugout and in the Brewers bullpen.
Yeah, Koenig's ready.
Under the watchful eye of Charlie Green. Suzuki has struck out twice. He's late on the fastball. Peralta does not have a ground ball double play this year. He's a fly ball strikeout pitcher. Facing a struggling hitter here in Seiya Suzuki. Trying to keep him that way. Try to change up there. That would be the pitch to get a ground ball.
Yeah.
Suzuki didn't bite.
Hasn't thrown many of them and hadn't thrown many of them for strikes.
Two and one. 2-2. Cubs lead 1-0. We're in the 6th. Leadoff flare single by Amaya. He's at first. And the 2-2 swing and a miss. He got him on the breaking ball. Peralta picks up strikeout number 11 and a hat trick for Suzuki.
They keep getting jammed on the fastball. You say to yourself, I'm not going to get jammed this time. Then he drops the slider on him way off the outside corner. When you commit that early, you're going to get swings like that.
Missed it by a mile. So Peralta will face Bellinger here with 2 outs. Got to watch the first pitch. Bellinger cuts and misses on a changeup. So we've seen a couple of changeups here from Freddie Peralta this inning. That was pitch number 100.
Going to empty the tank right here.
This is the one.
This will be it for him.
2 outs, runner at first. Christopher Morel due next. Amaya not a base stealing threat. Not that he wouldn't try it, but it would be unusual, especially with Bellinger at the plate. And a bullet into center field, a base hit. He got on that high fastball. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Yeah, he can turn on anybody's fastball. No doubt about that.
Oh, it is Chris Hook who comes out of the dugout, not Pat Murphy.
Well, he'll face Morel for sure. But this is probably going to be his last inning. That high fastball, nice level swing by Bellinger, and he hits a rocket into center. Freddie goes down.
So a meeting at the mound and a chance to hear a quick word from Quick Trip.
Earn free Brewers tickets with Quick Trip to the ballpark. Visit quicktrip.com/ballpark for full details.
Freddie Peralta, 2 men aboard, 2 men are out. And Christopher Morel coming up. And another guy you got to watch on the first pitch. He walked his last time up. He's not an easy guy to walk. But Peralta missed badly after he got ahead of him 0-2. 2 on, 2 out. And Morel takes one high. Not close. He looked like he was in swing mode. Power pitcher and a power hitter. And Morel got a generous call back there from Charlie Ramos.
Yeah, thank you, William Contreras, framing that one.
And it's a ball and a strike.
As we're talking about, he makes them all look good. Check it out. Always bringing everything into the strike zone.
1-1. That one's in there. 99-mile-an-hour fastball from Peralta. That's one of his best ever.
Yeah, best bolt right there for Freddie.
Never see that from Peralta. He's pumped up, trying to get through the 6th inning. 1-0 Cubs. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the 1-2. Didn't bite on that high fastball. Makes you wonder if Morel is looking for a breaking ball. Strikeout and a walk tonight for Christopher Morel. 2-2. He was late, pops it foul. Another fastball from Peralta. That one boring in on the inside corner.
Perfect pitch. Well, it's tough to get the bat head out on a fastball right there, especially with 2 strikes.
Taking as much time as he can on the mound. Big moment in the game right here. Morel had a notion, but he takes it. And it's 3-2. And now the runners will get a head start. Well, if you're Freddie Peralta, what do you do here? Could be your last hitter. Pressure pitch. Amaya and Bellinger take off. Morel fouls it away. Had a good cut at that pitch.
He's on the fastball, particularly fastball outer half. Would not be surprised to see a slider here.
One of those game-changing at-bats. This will be pitch number 110. 109 was his career high. And a swing and a liner foul. Nice play by the ball boy. That's how you do it. And we'll redo it here. 3-2.
Slider was middle in. That's why Morel was able to get a bat on it. Well, he hurt his hand on that swing.
Wincing.
He's shaking out the hand. Check it out.
Now, do you recognize that as a catcher?
You betcha. Right there.
Something's bothering him.
Yeah, Contreras sees it.
Every pitch for Peralta is a new career high. He is trying to finish it off. This is pitch number 9 of the at-bat. 3-2 again. Runners go. He missed. It's ball 4. He let Morel off the hook. And the bases are loaded, and Pat Murphy's got no choice right now. That'll do it for Freddie Peralta. And he will not get through 6 innings. He will exit with 11 strikeouts. 2 walks, 3 hits, and 11 Ks. And he will exit with 3 runners on. He'll get a nice hand on his way out. Well, Freddie Peralta will have to become an observer now with 3 runners that are his responsibility. 5 2/3, 11 Ks. Matches his season high, 2 off his career best. 111 pitches, the most he's ever thrown in a game in the big leagues. And he'll give way to Jared Koenig, our Gruber Law Office's 1 call. That's all called to the pen.
The reliable 3 lefties out in that bullpen. Koenig the first out. They started the first 2 games of this series at Fenway Park. And the opener in those games.
He faces Happ, who turns around, hits right-handed, the preferred side for Pat Murphy. Peralta still in game mode over there. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Been a single, 2 singles and a walk in this inning. And Koenig slings one in, a swing and a miss. High fastball. Awkward swing.
Yeah, like he was fooled. At the top of the zone again.
It's been an incredible story from independent ball, not just to the big leagues, but in leverage moments in the big leagues with the Brewers. Jared Koenig. 0-2, and Happ fights it off foul. Count stays at 0-2.
Coming right after him, 0-2, right down the middle.
Koenig making his 26th big league appearance. 16th with the Brewers this year. Ready for another 0-2. Here he comes. And he struck him out. Jared Koenig strands all 3. Still 1-0 Cubs. And the Brewers bullpen continues to shine. The big lefties getting it done here the last 2 days. One nothing Cubs lead the Brew Crew as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Freddie Peralta just watched Jared Koenig strand 3 runners. Peralta back in the tunnel. Took Jackson Churio down there. I'm sure he's having a chat with the rookie.
That's what leaders do, right?
Absolutely. See if the Brewers can answer now. The Cubs had a golden opportunity, but Jared Koenig wipes out Ian Happ with the bases loaded to end the inning. Closes the book on Peralta.
Pretty good day's work.
Blake Perkins, number 9 hitter, takes a strike. It's 2-1 now. It'll be Perkins, then Terang, and then Contreras. And Ben Brown still out there, pitching in his 6th inning.
He has 68 pitches for Brown. His season high was back in his first start in May, 89 pitches against the Mets.
Has never pitched more than 6 innings in the big leagues. Brewers are hoping they tapped into his reserves last inning as Perkins hits one sharply. Morel, nice play, throw to first in time. Not only was that an excellent play by Morel, he was perfectly positioned.
They went down and got it and spun around and made a really good throw to first base. Ended up where the shortstop normally is.
Yeah, it would have been a routine play for the shortstop in a normal setup. But he was right there. The shifts aren't prohibited, they are just restricted now. Last couple of years. It has to be 2 infielders on each side of the bag.
Yeah, right.
Manoli Paredes is getting loose in the Brewers pen. There's a lot of discussion down there with Peralta and Churio, and they're all close.
Well, Quentin Berry is going to get involved in that at some point, maybe after the game.
That's Ricky Weeks down there entering into the conversation. One and two on Terang. Brewers looking for a moment here. Terang strikes out. Brown is tough tonight. That is the 3rd time he has struck out Terang. And he picks up his 7th strikeout.
That's one of the best breaking pitches we've seen this year.
It's a new career high in Ks for Brown in his rookie year.
Throws it hard, breaks late, breaks sharp.
Here is Contreras. Takes a strike. Powerball home run leaderboard. Hoskins with 9. Contreras right behind him with 8. He'd love to join Hoskins at the top of the leaderboard. Contreras has come up clutch all year. Brewers trying to solve the riddle of Ben Brown. Just painting right now. If he's going to get that call, you got no chance.
Strike zone's gotten a little bigger as the game's going on.
And Brown's been exploiting that. Contreras late, fouls it away. It's okay to be a pitcher's umpire. Pitchers appreciate that. Contreras hunting a mistake here. 1 and 2. Got him. Struck him out on a high curve. Contreras had made up his mind. Nowhere close. Brown is through 6. New career high in strikeouts, and it's still 1-0 Chicago. Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Valley Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Havish and Rotier, personal injury attorneys, national reputation, hometown service, and by Cousin Subs, believe in better. We got a low-scoring pitchers duel at American Family Field, and Inoli Paredes will take his turn on the mound here as he starts a clean inning in the 7th, facing Nico Horner, and he deals strike one.
Yeah, had some big league time with the Houston Astros. That was back in 20 and 22. A non-roster invite to spring training.
He was electric at Fenway Park on Sunday. Command has always been at the heart of his problems, but if he throws strikes, the stuff is real. A little jam shot out to second base. Rattles the hands of Nico Horner, and out number 1 here in the 7th. It's crossfire. It's tough to pick up for a hitter. You don't know where the hand's coming out with that baseball, and the stuff is power.
Yeah, certainly it deserved the promotion. In AAA this year, 19 games, a 131 earned run average. Pretty impressive stuff. 34 strikeouts in 20 2/3 innings down in Nashville.
Michael Busch, who is responsible for the lone run on the board tonight. Leadoff home run on the first pitch of the inning in the 3rd against Peralta. Peralta finishes with 5 2/3, 3 hits, 11 Ks. And just the 1 run is Hobie Milner up and throwing in the Brewers bullpen. The 2-1 swing and a miss. Violent hack. Power sinker from Paredes.
Yeah, pretty good sink. Ended up off the plate, 95 miles an hour.
And he's just dangerously enough wild for a hitter's liking. He has averaged in his career in the big leagues over 8 walks per 9 innings. And a called strike 3. First strikeout for Paredes, and out number 2 here in the 7th inning.
Got him on a good slider right at the top of the strike zone. 88 miles an hour for Paredes. There it is. Talkman takes it right at the top of the zone. Look at the way Contreras makes it look good.
2 outs here in the 7th, and it's Dansby Swanson. Takes a slider for a strike. Cubs bullpen's quiet right now.
Why take him out?
Yeah, Ben Brown is on his game. Best game he's pitched. On the ground, nice pickup by Ortiz. And the throw up the line, but Bauer's right there for him. Good play all the way around. And another tidy inning for Paredes. The rookie Ben Brown is back on the mound. We go to the home 7th at stretch time in Milwaukee. Let's check our Toyota game reset. It's a tight one, 1-0 Cubs. Michael Busch hit a homer in the third. That has been it. Peralta had 11 Ks in 5 2/3, and here we go with Yelich leading off. First ball swinging. Ben Brown is rolling here. Brewers had him slightly on the ropes. They did have 2 on with 2 out in the 5th inning. Those were 2 walks, but he got Jackson Chourio to ground out to end the inning. And Ben Brown, after starting the game retiring 13 straight, has not allowed a hit as he works here in the 7th. Bullpen action.
Any trouble in this inning, he's going to be going. Pitch count is still in pretty good shape, 80 pitches.
Career high with 8 Ks. Yelich was on that one. He fouls it back. There's no chance Brown will finish this game, but what he's done thus far is impressive. Yelich takes a cold strike 3, just dotted the outside corner with a fastball at 98.
Yeah, not much you can do with that. I mean, just maybe foul it off. Ooh. Get another pitch right on the outside corner at the knees. My goodness.
That's 3 straight strikeouts for Brown.
How about these 2 starters the Cubs have thrown at the Brewers in this series? Nothing.
Brewers have still yet to score on a Cubs starter, totaling 31 innings now, 31 2/3 officially.
Goes back to Wrigley Field.
Nothing but donuts. All the runs have scored against the bullpen. Big swing by Adames, and it's 1-1. One out in the 7th. Adames, did he go? He did. 1-2. Probably did.
Yeah.
Willie called for his own appeal. Brown deals 1-2, and a high fly ball right center. Bellinger at the track. Bellinger at the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Cody Bellinger just took a home run away from Adames. Incredible catch for the 2nd out of the inning.
Another inch, and that's a home run. Cody Bellinger able to go back. Perfectly times his leap. And takes a run away from the Brewers. What a catch.
I think it had enough to get out.
Yes, it did.
A Gold Glover. Adames can't believe it. Bellinger not only preserves the shutout, but the no-hitter as well. Now 2 outs. Jake Bauers takes a ball. That was something special by Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, hardest hit ball the Brewers have been able to muster tonight. What a play.
1-0 and a swing and a miss. Curveball from Brown. Two outs in the 7th. Closest thing to a hit the Brewers have had tonight. Been a dominant performance by Brown. Bauers fouls it away. He's been late.
Just can't center on this guy, can they? Ahead of the curveball, behind the fastball. Both pitches look the same coming out of his hand.
2-2, 2 outs. Cubs lead 1-0. Bauers takes a ball. That was a gift. That could have gone the other way.
Oh yeah.
Bauers glad to see another pitch. It's 3-2 now. Bauer's been given new life. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. Full count, 2 outs. Bowers fouls it away again. Bowers had a 9-pitch walk in the 5th inning. Brown struck him out back in the 2nd. Payoff pitch, got him. Ben Brown, best game of his young career in the big leagues. Got a little help from Cody Bellinger. Takes a game-tying homer away from Adames. It's still 1-0 Cubs as we go to the 8th inning. Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Valley Sports Wisconsin is presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook, a new era of sports betting, and sponsored in part by Northwestern Mutual, the official financial planning partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. I thought I saw a Ditka fan in there.
Looked a little like him, huh?
Yeah, a little had that scene.
Yeah.
1-0 game. Yoel Payam's on the mound for the Brewers here as we go to the 8th.
Yeah, looking more like himself lately. Sunday against Boston. He stranded a couple of inherited base runners in the 5th inning. Has been unscored upon in 17 of 20.
Need him to put up a 0 here. And a soft liner by Amaya is going to get down a base hit. And Amaya with his 2nd hit of the game. That's his 3rd hit in his last 4 at-bats. Had a little flare in the 6th. And dumps one into left here to start the 8th. Ben Brown, 7 no-hit innings with 10 strikeouts. Top of the order here is Mike Tauchman.
Activity down in that Cubs bullpen. Looks like somebody's getting ready to come in the game. They are getting ready with some purpose.
Hayden Wisniewski, the man who gave up the homer to Adames yesterday, is up and throwing. How about Willy Adames? Has been robbed 3 times this year on potential home run balls.
In the 3rd of a season.
Man, this is
hang with him.
This is game number 54. Hit sharply to center. Perkins got a good jump on it. Makes a play for out number 1. And Amaya retreats to first.
Well, let's check out tonight's time of the game winner, the Center House in Ripon. They call the Brewers by 10 o'clock tomorrow. They get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite. Maybe that'll get them going. The Tavern League of Wisconsin.
1 out. Suzuki takes a strike. Suzuki has struck out 3 times tonight. All those against Peralta. Peralta had 11. And Suzuki is at an 0-2 count. And when you're a struggling hitter, it feels like you're always at an 0-2 count.
Yeah, you're at an 0-2 count on the on-deck circle sometimes. It's the way it goes.
Payamps would love to get a ground ball out of him here.
It is a lonely feeling up there at the plate, but you're just not seeing the baseball. He's too good a hitter. He'll snap out of it at some point.
Had an oblique injury, knocked him out 3 weeks. Hasn't been the same since he's come back. Brewers dropped 2 out of 3 to the Cubs at Wrigley. Season series even at 2 apiece right now. Full count to Suzuki from 0-2 to 3-2. Got to make this hitter hit his way on right now the way he's going. Payamps deals and a fly ball foul out of play. Was late on it.
You knew that was going to be a fastball. Suzuki a little behind it. Payamps not able to land the slider to Suzuki here. You don't want to walk him, as you mentioned, especially with Bellinger on deck.
Amaya the runner at first, and the 3-2 is fouled away. Again, he was late. Just emergency hacks right now by Suzuki. Love to have that guy lead off next inning. Pitch number 8 of the at bat. And the 3-2 again, and into center field. Closing is Perkins. Out number 2.
Hit it hard, but a good play by Perkins in center. Had some backspin on it. That ball just stayed up, and Perkins able to run it down.
He's a smooth operator out there, isn't he? 2 gone for Bellinger. Dangerous hitter. First ball swinger. And he grounds 1 to Terang on the first pitch. Payamps puts up a 0. Works around a leadoff single. It's still 1-0. Brewers still looking for their first hit. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Ortiz, Frelick, and Churio coming up. Seven no-hit innings. He is out of the game. 93 pitches. A career high. Had the 10 Ks, a career high. First time he's gone 7 innings in a game, and he was stellar tonight.
Yep, only 2 base runners, both of them coming in the 5th inning, both of them walks. The Brewers really didn't have much of an opportunity to get anything going against that kid. Well done.
Now it's going to be Hayden Wisniewski, who was on the mound in the 5-run 8th last night. We enter the bottom of the 8th once again with Ortiz leading off. A lot of pressure on the shoulders of Wisniewski now. Brown struck out 4 of his last 5 batters to finish with the 10 Ks. And a new arm and another big Cubs prospect on the mound. Very little experience against Wisniewski for these Brewers hitters. Hasn't been around that much. Just the second plate appearance for Ortiz against Wisniewski. Well, these are the numbers here. The Brewers have not scored an earned run against a Cubs starter this season. They've done all their damage against relievers. And they've got a reliever in now. And a strike, 2-2.
And basically fastball slider for this guy.
Wisniewski deals off the end of the bat. Flare to right. Slicing. Foul off the netting.
Yikes.
And Bush goes leaping into the net like a salmon on the Sheboygan. Once it hits the net, it is a dead ball. Bush was trying to get there before it hit the net, but man.
Lucky break, nobody was sitting in those seats.
You appreciate the effort. Wisniewski is another guy who's bounced from the rotation to the pen. He got a start against the Brewers back on May 3rd. He's part of that starting run here for the Cubs with no earned runs. He went 6 1/3 against the Brewers that day. But he's out of the bullpen in back-to-back games in this series. After giving up a 3-run homer to Willie Adames yesterday.
Yep, on a 3-0 pitch.
2 earned runs yesterday for Wisniewski in 2/3 of an inning. That's a called strike 3. Big fastball. Perfectly located.
Yeah,
And Ortiz is gone.
Yeah, right down the middle. Right down the middle above the knees. Maybe looking for something else. And he got him.
One out. Brewers still hitless. There's a shot up the middle, base hit. Sal Frelick with the first of the game.
And enough of that nonsense. There you go. Step 1. Get a base hit. Now somebody get a hold of one. Sal Frelick on the first pitch. Hits it hard, just out of the reach of Swanson. There you go.
It was Frelick who started the rally in the 8th last night. He pinch hit, had a single. And he is aboard for the second time, a base stealing threat. Tommy Hottovy is on his way to the mound. Pat Murphy sent Oliver Dunn out to the plate. They announced Dunn as the pinch hitter. And Hottovy popped out of that dugout for a scouting report.
And the only left-hander available on the bench for the Brewers, using him right here.
Take your shot right now.
And why not? You're not going to be pinch hitting at the top of the order.
Saw Mark Leiter Jr. in the bullpen. Brewers get their first hit. And Sal Frelick, a threat to run. As Oliver Dunn comes to the plate. Dunn has a hit off Wisniewski. 1 for 2, had a single. Wisniewski struck him out in his other at-bat. Dunn's been up and down between AAA and the Brewers this year. Big moment for him right here, and he takes a ball.
Yeah, Maya's been having a difficult time throwing out base runners. You got a base burner at first. Let's see if Sal can get a jump and get into scoring position. Remember, Amaya's only thrown out 4 of 34 base stealing attempts.
Dunn just got here a couple of days ago on the 26th. 1-1. Second stint in the big leagues for Dunn. 8 games in AAA. He was in the Phillies system last year. Big power hitter, had 21 homers in AA Reading. Trying to run into one right now and flip the scoreboard. Big swing, and it's 1-2.
There's been a lot of swings and misses on center cut fastballs tonight by both teams.
Dunn pinch hitting for Churio. Frelick the tying run, and that's in there. Called strike 3, caught Dunn guessing. It's another backwards K for Wisniewski, his second. And 2 outs. Craig Counsell on his way to the mound with Blake Perkins coming up. Counsell is going to call on Mark Leiter once again. Fans let him hear about it. Wisniewski will exit. Boos raining down on Counsell, and here comes Leiter.
Hey, Major League Baseball is partnering with Crisis Text Line to increase mental awareness. Access free confidential support around the clock in both English and Spanish. Text MLB to 741-741 to reach the Crisis Text Line.
Well, here we go here. Beg your pardon, Rock. The pitching change has been made. Mark Leiter Jr. will enter. They go in reverse tonight as opposed to yesterday. There's Leiter coming in for Wisniewski.
Yeah, right. And Leiter's been pretty good. 23rd appearance for him. Yesterday took the loss and a .343 earned run average.
Gary Sanchez will pinch hit. Splitter heavy from Leiter. See if Frelick is on the move. Stays put. Sanchez takes a ball. Leiter is in a bad way right now. Brewers are hoping his struggles continue here tonight. After being one of the best relievers for a good chunk of the year. Last few outings for Leiter has been a struggle. Gets a strike here right at the top of the zone. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, Leiter's allowed 7 runs in his last 2 outings.
Sanchez has had a nice run as a pinch hitter this year. He's got 2 hits, including a homer. He's 2 for 6. There goes Frelick. Pitches outside. They make no throw. And now the tying run at second base as Frelick swipes second.
That changes the at-bat for Sanchez. Just find the outfield grass. No extra base hit needed here. How about that jump? No chance. Amaya doesn't even try.
Leiter deals. Swing and a miss. Splitter. Nasty one, too. And Sanchez in a 2-2 count.
Split fingered fastball. Watch it drop off the table as it gets to home plate.
7th steal for Frelick. Carries the tying run, bottom of the 8th, and a 1-0 Cubs lead. 2-2 the count. Sanchez strikes out, and the inning is over. Splitter got him. 3 more Ks for the Brewers in the 8th. 13 total for the Brewers offense. They do get a hit, but it's still 1-0 Chicago.
The top of the 9th here at American Family Field. From the Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all sports desk. Stephen Watson, Tim Dillard here with you. There will not be a no-hitter today at the ballpark. Maybe more late-inning heroics from the Brewers.
Only took 1 inning in last night's ball game for the Brewers to do enough damage to win the ball game. They have a chance left. Right now, Peguero's coming and shut down the 9th. Hey, 1 swing away, that's a good place to be.
It will be the top of the order for the Crew, and they come up in the bottom of the 9th. Coming up on Brewers Live, presented by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. Sal Frelick ending that no-hit bid. We'll talk about the only run of this game to this point. And here from Pat Murphy. B.A. Rock, take us home. Another close one between the rivals.
Yeah, this has been a thriller tonight, just like we saw last night. The Brewers busted it open in the 8th. 1-0 Cubs. Here is Elvis Peguero, partner.
Yeah, last pitch on Sunday against the Red Sox, he took the loss. Gave up a run in an inning of work. 3 hits. Also walked the batter.
Owen Miller comes into the game at first. The Brewers going to burn their DH here as Morel takes strike 1. Christian Yelich will enter the game in left field. He started the game as the DH. Frelick in center, and that's Bowers in right. So Dunn and Sanchez are pinch hit and out. No DH moving forward for Milwaukee. Might not need it. Probably won't need it.
It's in a nice spot, yeah.
Peguero fires, misses. 2-1 now. Got to keep the Cubs at 1 right here. Cubs scored on a leadoff homer in the 3rd inning by Michael Busch. Only run of the game. Cubs had him loaded in the 6th inning. Hector Neris, the Cubs closer, is getting ready for the 9th. With the top of the order coming up. 2-2 to Morel. 3-2. Man, he's been a lot of full counts tonight. He's walked twice. A free swinger that he is. Habdu next, then Horner. Cubs in the middle of their batting order. Lost him again. Morel walks for the 3rd time.
Yeah, the only Cub to walk tonight. Being careful with him. Why not? Big power.
It's a lead man on, though, for Peguero. Runs precious here tonight. Now it's Happ, turns around back to the left side where he started. Happ struck out with the bases loaded in the 6th inning. They turned him around, hit right-handed in that frame. That was Koenig who got the big K, leaving the bases loaded, maintaining a 1-0 game. And the Brewers bullpen has been excellent again. Paredes and Payamps. That gets away from Contreras. Could be a wild pitch. It's going to move Morel to second base. And now the Cubs have an insurance run.
Yeah, let that one get away a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot. Tough for a catcher with a fastball like that to reach up that far. Right off the end of the glove.
That gets away from Contreras. Well, Figueroa's not the easiest pitcher to catch. Everything moves.
Yeah, sinker, slider, everything has some kind of dart action to it.
1-0 Cubs. Runner at second and a 2-1 count on Happ. Two. Power sinker off the plate. And Happ chased it.
Started on the corner, late movement off the edge.
Happ is 0 for 3. Figueroa looking for his first out of the inning. Happ spoils one foul. Been a good game. Well pitched. Ben Brown went 7 no-hit innings. The rookie had 10 Ks. Wisniewski and Leiter got through the 8th with no runs. Brewers finally delivered their first hit. Happ takes a cold strike 3. Right at the bottom of the zone. He locked him up. Figueroa with that big power sinker. And the first out of the inning is a backward strikeout. Take a look at our Toyota Next matchup for tomorrow. Shota Imanaga, been one of the best stories in the game on the mound. Bryce Wilson will get the start for the Brewers tomorrow. Game 3 of a 4-game series. There's a soft liner caught by Miller. Out number 2. Horner is retired. Well, that turned quickly on 2 pitches.
How about that pitch? Down and away. Horner goes with it right off the end of the bat.
Michael Busch, the man responsible for the only run of the game. Leadoff homer in the 3rd on a first pitch curveball from Peralta. Not sure who asked for timeout.
Intentional
Maybe,
walk.
Oh, I see. Intentional pass here. That's smart.
They're putting Busch on to go after Swanson.
So you put a power hitter aboard. Dansby Swanson. 0 for 3, dropped down to the 8th spot in the batting order. Steps into a big spot right here. First and second, 2 outs. Now Swanson asked for time. You only get 1. Interesting that Swanson would use it here to start it. Not exactly sure what the confusion is. Swanson doesn't believe he deserves to be charged a timeout. Counsel wanting an explanation here from Charlie Ramos.
Yeah, it's all a matter of when that clock starts. From hitter to hitter.
You can see if you read lips, Charlie Ramos says it is what it is. He asked for timeout and he got it, using his only one. Figueroa deals. Nice pick by Contreras.
Yeah, he's got to be tough to catch, doesn't he?
That could have easily been second and third here.
Yeah, the way that ball darts.
Peguero way outside. Contreras fighting for his life back there right now.
Feels like a goalie back there.
Just hanging on to that slider.
That way off the outside corner.
Two great plays. They don't show up in the box score, but they're big plays. 2-0 on Swanson. And now Contreras asked, no, it's a pitch clock violation. Did Contreras get the timeout in time or not? I don't think so. Charlie Ramos went to the indication of his watch, which would make it 3-0 here.
Yeah, Willie Adames really animated with Peguero. Wanted him to get going.
Contreras recognized it, but he was too late.
Yep.
So now it's 3-0 on Swanson. Feels like a ticking time bomb right here for Peguero in this 9th inning. Does Swanson have a green light? 3-0. Does not, and Peguero nowhere close. The bases are loaded. 3 walks in the inning, 1 intentional. And Chris Hook on his way to the mound.
And now you got the number 9 hitter who's got a couple of hits. 2 of the 4 hits coming from the number 9 hitter, and he's stepping to the plate with the bases loaded.
Got to make him earn his way on. He hasn't hit the ball hard for his 2 hits, but he's in the books. 2 for 3. He did sting one last night in his last at bat. But you got the bases loaded and a pitcher who is fighting his command. Pressure is on Peguero right now. One nothing game. Peguero trying to get this one to the bottom of the 9th with the Brewers still down 1. Two outs. Peguero deals in there for a strike. 98-mile-an-hour cheese from Peguero. Here he comes. 0-2. No secrets there, just rearing back and letting it fly.
I would imagine Chris Hook's message was, let's go, let's get him with the fastball. That's your best pitch.
He's a strike away. Brewers will have the top of the order coming up, bottom of the 9th. Here he comes, and he got him. Peguero wipes him out on 3 pitches. The Cubs strand the bases loaded for the 2nd time. 1-0 Cubs. Terang, Contreras, and Yelich coming up right where you want to be. See if the Brewers have a little magic tonight in Milwaukee. Here we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Brewers down 1-0. Cody Bellinger robbed Adames of a homer that would have tied the game. And it's still 1-0. And Hector Neris, longtime excellent setup man with the Astros. Now he's the closer for the Cubs. Nick Madrigal takes over at third base. And the Brewers have the top of the order coming up. Bryce Terang will start it. 35-year-old closer Hector Neris, Rock.
Yeah, he's got a split-fingered fastball and a big fastball to go with it. Pretty much 2 pitches. 6 for 7 in save opportunities, but he's converted his last 6.
Terang, Contreras, and Yelich coming up. Skips it in. Neris, like Leiter, has a nasty splitter. He was one of the dominant relievers for the Astros last year. He's been great for Houston the last 2 seasons. Prior to that with the Phillies. Was the Phillies closer pre-pandemic. Had 28 saves one year for the Phillies. Terang, a slow roller, and gobbled up at first by Bush. There is out number 1. Brewers have 1 hit tonight.
And nothing but splitters to Bryce Terang.
Ben Brown went 7 no-hit innings with 10 Ks. Wisniewski and Leiter got through the 8th, and now Neris. Here is Contreras. Been the most dangerous bat the Brewers have had all year. William 4th in the league in hitting, 4th in hits. Leads the National League in runs. 4th in OPS. But he's 0 for 3 tonight. Two and 0. Bouncing ball to short. Swanson makes a play for out number 2. Threw him a 2-0 splitter. And Contreras grounds out.
Yeah, sometimes you look for the splitter, and even when you're looking for it, you're not going to be able to center it up.
And now the Brewers down to their last out. It'll be Christian Yelich. Sometimes Neris, it feels like he's better when he's behind in the count. Similar to Devin Williams.
Yep, uses hitter's aggressiveness to his advantage.
He's missed with a fastball. The 1-0, and Yelich takes a ball. He's missed with 2 fastballs. And now you sit on the splitter and hope you get a mistake. Yelich is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts tonight. 1-0 Cubs, 2 outs in the 9th. That fastball's in there.
I was going to say, you look for the fastball, take the splitter in a 2-0 count.
Two and 1 to Yelich. Here he comes. Yelich takes a ball. No swing. 3-1. Neris gets a lot of hitters to chase that pitch.
That ball drops a lot, doesn't it? Almost like a fork ball.
Yelich has great speed. Love to get him on. He'd be a stolen base threat. The 3-1. Yelich takes. Did he go? Did not. Ball 4. Yelich is aboard. And the Brewers have the tying run on. And the potential winning run is coming up. Close. But checked it. Good call. Willie Adames robbed of a homer. Back in the 7th.
Well, you know that Yelich is going to steal a base. At least he's going to try.
Adames uses his timeout. I think he wanted, if nothing else, to give Yelich a chance to prepare. Wheels in motion now. Let's see if Yelich takes off. There's a pitcher you can run on. He almost threw one away right there.
You can figure out a split-fingered fastball. It's awfully difficult for a catcher to be quick and make a throw.
1-0 Cubs. 9th inning, 2 outs. Adames buckled his knees and got a strike. And back in the 7th inning, Cody Bellinger takes a home run away from Adames. And meanwhile, back in the action, that was a balk call. Yeah. No strike. Yelich to second base.
I didn't see what happened there.
Wow. Balk was called prior to the pitch. See if we can find it here.
See what he does.
Yeah, well, the double punt. I don't know.
I don't see
not much
anything.
there.
I don't see anything.
Yelich saw it right away. Third base umpire Trip Gibson came in right away, called the balk, so that nullified the pitch. Yelich goes to second, and now the tying run in scoring position. No count here. Adames pulls one foul.
I'd be surprised to see Yelich maybe try and steal third. A lot of splitters, ends up in the dirt. Maybe a wild pitch will tie it.
He talked about how clutch he is late innings. He's really been clutch against the Cubs. The 0-1 in the dirt. Amaya with a good play back there keeps Yelich at second base. Adames has 4 walk-off hits in his career. One of those a homer. He's just trying to get this game tied. Base hit should do it. Yelich will be off with a crack of the bat. 2 outs in the 9th. Neris deals. And Adames pops it foul.
Had a good one to hit. It was a hanger. One of those hanging splitters, those ones that are up in the zone, those are the ones you got to take advantage of.
A ball and 2 strikes. Down to their last strike. Pressure moment here. Neris fires. Adames sits down. A base hit. Yelich will score. Adames on his way to second. He is out. The run scores. The game is tied. Adames alerting his bench. He thought he got in there. And Pat Murphy says, take a look. He will challenge it. Regardless of the outcome, it's a tie game. The tag comes in.
Milwaukee is selling his alcohol.
Close one. Big call coming here.
He gave him the hand, took it away, and grabbed it with the other one.
A little swim move.
Watch it. Pulled it back. There you go. Pretty close.
Wow. Is there enough to overturn? Call on the field is out by the crew chief, Laz Diaz.
That's a heck of a slide. Boy.
It's either the hand or the glove on the chest. Which comes first? Man, that's close. No matter the outcome, the game is tied at 1. Yelich had scored the run before the out was recorded at second base.
Regardless, that's a good risk to take if you're Willie Adames with 2 outs. You try to get into scoring position. Anybody's guess what they're going to say in New York.
It is up to the replay officials in New York City right now. What a big hit. Adames delivers again. Ties the game at 1 with an RBI single. 2 outs, 2 strikes in the 9th inning.
Very easily could be called safe here.
All the umpires Here we go.
After review, the call stands. The out. Milwaukee loses challenge.
Oh, wow. Well, might have been one of those. If he was called safe, it would have stayed that way. Brewers lose the challenge, but Adames ties the game and sends us into extra innings. Down to their last strike, Adames delivers. It's an RBI single. We're all even at 1. To the 10th we go. A reminder for every Brewers RBI this season, Northwestern Mutual is funding 5 hours of childhood cancer research. 5 on the board for Willy Adames as he drives in the game-tying run. Clutch hit with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the 9th inning. And now we go to the 10th in a 1-1 game. Trevor McGill, the Brewers closer, will try to get this one to the bottom of the 10th.
Yeah, why not? Tie game, extra innings, bring your closer in. He last pitched on Saturday in Boston. Picked up save number 8. Only needed 1 out to get it. Gave up a hit, also a strikeout. And Willy Adames just continues to impress. When you need a big hit, Willie's there to get it.
Luis Vasquez will be the pinch runner, the ghost runner at second base, the automatic runner. He carries the go-ahead run for the Cubs. It's the top of the order coming up for Chicago. Vasquez runs for Amaya. Brewers have some housekeeping to do as well. So remember, the Brewers nix their DH. So Tripp Gibson, I couldn't tell who that was. That was in the face of Gibson. I think he just got ejected. I just caught it at the last moment. Was it Ryan Flaherty?
Not sure what he's barking at the third base umpire about.
Well, the balk.
Well, the balk,
I think
you're
Gibson,
right. Yeah, you're right.
The man who called the balk on the Neris play, which put Yelich into scoring position. And now Neris, he's upset himself.
I didn't see anything on the balk either, to be honest with you.
That was a big play. It was a big call because it set the Brewers up to tie the game. Neris had 6 straight saves without a blown save until tonight. All right, here we go. McGill facing Tauchman. First ball swinging, fouls it out of play. Tauchman, a fly ball, slicing foul in the seats.
And the fastball curveball combination has been really good. Yeah, for Trevor McGill. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. A lot of strikes, especially with the curveball.
Togman, a shot. It hits McGill. That stung him. You got to make a play here. Nobody's around the mound, and the run's going to score. McGill's hurt. Cubs have the lead 2-1. Vasquez never stopped.
That hit him flush.
Trevor McGill being tended to by Dave Yeager, and they are immediately taking him out of the game. Man.
Wow.
A shot off the bat of Tauchman. Contreras started to go field that ball, but then it would have left nobody at the plate.
Yeah, you gotta cover home plate. Somebody else has got to go get it. I think everybody was watching McGill.
Major concern here. Oh no, hit him on the elbow.
Yeah, right on the arm.
That'll go as an infield hit for Tauchman. An RBI.
Yeah, RBI too.
And concern for Trevor McGill. So Hobie Milner's going to come on. He'll get as much time as he needs to loosen. He has been throwing off and on in the bullpen in this game. Won't take him long. By the way, we did get clarification on who was ejected. That was Daniel Moskos, I should say, the assistant pitching coach of the Cubs, who was tossed. So McGill is out, injured, and Hobie Milner will get all the time he needs on the mound. Cubs have the lead in the 10th, 2-1. High level of concern here for Trevor McGill. Just hit by a line drive in the elbow, pitching elbow, and he immediately leaves the field. Hobie Milner warming up to continue on in this game. It's 2-1 Cubs. Tauchman hit a line drive off of McGill. Vasquez comes around to score the automatic runner. And Milner will make sure he is good and ready. It's always an interesting dynamic to warm up on the game mound. Even when you get all you need, the adrenaline's pumping, you're out in front of a crowd.
Yeah, well, you know, plus you're not able to go through your normal warm-up procedure. They have their certain things that they like to do as they prepare to come in the game. That all has changed when you're out there in the field. Everybody waiting for you to get ready. Aren't you ready? Let's go. The umpire's looking at you. And Milner finished yesterday's game against Chicago. Gave up a run in an inning of work. Got off to a slow start, did Hobie. But he's been pitching much better as of late.
Seiya Suzuki will come up. This was the shot off the bat of Tauchman that hit McGill. A very scary scene there. Got him right on the forearm, and he knew he was done right away. That is not good.
No.
Brewers have dealt with so many injuries, and McGill out of the game. So here we go. 2-1 Cubs in the 10th. Runner at first. Suzuki takes a strike. One and one. Suzuki is 0 for 4. Lined out his last time up. Good play out there by Perkins. That came with 2 strikes. 2 and 1. Cubs have activity in their bullpen as well. Luke Little. Fly ball at the end of the bat. Long run. Bowers can't get there. Talkman around second. On his way to third. Throw comes in. Not in time. Close play. Good throw. But Talkman goes first to third on a little flare single by Suzuki.
And it's one thing to allow that ghost runner to score, but you got to end it right there. And the Cubs with nobody out now have runners at the corners. It's a pretty good throw by Bowers, right on the money. Just a little bit too late.
At the corners with nobody out. And Cody Bellinger coming up. And now Mike Talkman needing some attention.
Head first slide, maybe jammed a finger.
He's got the oven mitt on the right hand to protect those fingers.
Well, he's telling the third base umpire that he jammed a little finger.
He's a left-handed thrower. That is his throwing hand. Stays in the game. Infield end, nobody out. First and third here. Dangerous hitter at the plate. Bellinger takes a ball, almost hit him. Tough duty for Hobie Milner. You know, mentally you're staying prepared to come into a game, but when it happens that fast, you're thrust into a big situation when you're not expecting it. It takes a minute to just slow it down.
Well, you're out of your routine, preparing to win a game. That's the biggest thing.
Big cut by Bellinger. It's 1 and 1.
They all do the same thing every time they get the call. Can't do that when you have to warm up on the mound, on the field.
Milner desperately needing a strikeout here. Bellinger does strike out, but he hits the ball hard. Tough guy to double up Bellinger. He's very fast.
And he had 2 hits against lefties in last night's game.
Bellinger had a hit against Milner in that 9th inning last night. Just saw him and just missed. Close pitch. Did look to be down according to K-Zone. Well, that's a risky one to take if you're Cody Bellinger. Ooh. 3-2 the count. Milner deals. Bellinger dumps one into center field for a base hit. Cubs have a 3-1 lead now. Cody Bellinger delivers with 2 strikes. His second hit. And still nobody out.
This is a heck of a piece of hitting by Cody Bellinger, just trying to put the ball in play. And dumps it into center field. Another run in for Chicago.
Brings up Nick Madrigal now. He gets a bunt down. And Milner's only play is first. Sacrifice. Madrigal came in for defensive purposes last inning, his first at bat. Moves the runners 90 feet. First out of the inning. Suzuki to third with Bellinger at second, and here's Ian Happ. Brewers bring their infield back in. Happ drives one right field. Bowers can't get it. So he's going to score 2 runs. And Ian Happ with a 2 RBI double. The Cubs have opened it up here in the 10th. 5-1 Chicago.
And a couple of struggling hitters able to get it going in this inning. Suzuki and now Ian Happ able to drive one over the head of Bowers. Took an interesting route on that baseball. Kind of sailed on him a little bit. A little slice action with that fly ball. And the sacrifice bunt pays off for the Cubs.
And a strike to Horner. Still just 1 away. Fly ball right field, routine for Bowers. Horner is out. And now 2 men are gone. Cubs have 4 hits in the inning. Started with the automatic runner at second. 4 runs have scored. 3 of the hits coming against Milner. And here's Michael Busch. A baseball got loose in the outfield from the Cubs bullpen. Certainly concerned about Trevor McGill. Milner thrust into action, and it's been a struggle. Broken bat, base hit. Another runner score. 6-1 Cubs.
The Cubs have now sent 9 hitters to the plate. Swanson coming to the plate, and that's going to be it for Hobie. Rough outing for him. We haven't seen this kind of damage against Milner in a while. A 5 spot in the 10th.
Tough circumstances, and Milner will give the ball to Pat Murphy. 5 runs are in. 6-1 Chicago in the 10th. Been a rough 10th here. Brewers closer Trevor McGill, who is on in a 1-1 game, got knocked out of the game with a line drive off the elbow. Hobie Milner struggles, and now it's going to be Mitch White to try to get the last out and get this one to the bottom of the 10th inning.
And a tough outing for Hobie Milner, who's been so good for the Brewers. Just wasn't able to get it done tonight. Mitch White last pitched on the 20th. That was in Miami, and suffered a loss.
6-1 Cubs. Brewers had a 5-run 8th inning yesterday and won the game 5-1. Cubs return the favor tonight as Swanson with a big swing and a miss. Willie Adames tied it in the bottom of the ninth. Brewers were down to their last strike. Controversial balk call on Hector Neris put Yelich at second, and then Adames drove him in with a single. Pat Murphy brought on his closer McGill to try to get it to the 10th. Mike Tauchman hit a line drive right off his pitching elbow. And the wheels were in motion at that point. And that'll do it. So White finishes off. Swanson. Brewers now down 5. 6-1 Cubs. We go to the bottom of the 10th. (6-1) Chicago. Ben Brown, the Cubs starter, was excellent tonight. 7 no-hit innings. No decision tonight for Brown. And we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Brewers have a automatic runner at second. Luke Little, who's anything but, gets this 10th inning for the Cubs.
Now you see his numbers on the season as Yan Gomes takes over behind home plate. 5-run top of the 10th for Chicago.
Adames at second base, which is where he'd hoped to be last inning. Thrown out at second, trying to stretch it into a double after tying the game. Jake Bauers leads off. I'll see if the Brewers can put something together. The Cubs bullpen against Milwaukee this year has had their struggles.
Although the month of May they've been pretty good overall.
Brewers with a 5-run 8th inning last night. Might as well get 6 here tonight if you're going to go that far, right? Bauers takes a strike. Missed badly. Little delivers, and it's 2-2 now. Brewers have scored 5 runs in an inning 4 times this year, including last night. Everybody hits is the rally cry in the dugout. Full count.
Just need base runners, one at a time.
Full count. On the ground, corner. The Gold Glover makes a play for the out. Adames advances, but one gone here in the 10th. And that brings up Ortiz. Brewers are going to face the Cubs' best tomorrow. Imanaga, he's been incredible this year. Shota Imanaga, 5-0, 0.84 ERA.
You know,
Bryce Wilson starts for the Brewers tomorrow.
You know what that says to me? He's due for a stinker.
He is due. Wilson's been impressive this season. There's Imanaga. Serving so many roles with the Brewers, Bryce Wilson. So valuable. Get a big start tomorrow. This is a 4-game series, remember. Thursday is a noon game, 12:10 first pitch. Tomorrow 6:40, on the air at 6 o'clock. But then Thursday will be a day game. Colin Ray and Jameson Taillon. And then the White Sox come to town. (3-0) to Ortiz. The next two Brewer starters right there. Three and one. Ortiz takes ball 4. Runners at the corners. Sal Frelick coming up. Cubs have action in their pen.
Let's see
Tyson Miller.
Let's see if the Brewers can get into that bullpen. Another guy out of the bullpen. Yeah, one day leads to the next.
Frelick, who got the first Brewer hit of the game. Ortiz going to take second base. Cubs not holding him on. Defensive indifference to get him there. Now a base hit, could score 2. Could put the tying run on deck with a base hit. Brewers were no hit through 7 1/3 before Sal Frelick singled to center field. Had a pinch hit single last night.
And even with that, able to tie the game in the 9th. Freddie Peralta finally got a run on the board in one of his starts.
Strike 2. 2-2 to Frelick now. Peralta went 5 2/3. He struck out 11. 1 run. Koenig and Paredes were good out of the pen. Peguero. 2-2. Little, and a bouncing ball out to Swanson. A run will score, be an RBI for Frelick, but it is the second out. And it is 6-2 Cubs. And Craig Counsell not messing around here. He's going to go to his bullpen. Brewers have only one player available off the bench. It is Monasterio. So we'll set up the new pitcher. 2 outs in the 10th. 6-2 Cubs. Pitching change here at American Family Field. Owen Miller is going to bat here. If he reaches, Monasterio will be the last position player available. Brewers did lose their DH. And it's going to be Tyson Miller. He enters this game with 2 outs in the 10th.
Tying run not on deck, not a save situation. Tyson Miller in game number 14.
Craig Counsell taking no chances as he plays the matchup here. Let's see if the Brewers can rattle a newcomer into the game. Tyson Miller. Back up the middle. It hits Miller. Going to be a tough play here. Horner's throw and not in time. Infield hit and an RBI. It is 6-3 now. I'm sure the Cubs will want to have a look at this. Miller has great speed and no challenge.
And now the tying run is on deck. How about that? Yep, he beats it. A heck of an effort out there by Nico Horner. Pretty good throw, just not able to get much on it.
I didn't think he had a chance, and he made it close. And now it's Monasterio, the last player used. If Monasterio can reach, Bryce Terang due next. Brewers would get back to the top of the order. Owen Miller with an infield hit, extending this game. One and one. Kind of miss the old National League style of play with a double switch.
Yeah, right.
Two and one. It's going to get real interesting if Miller cannot retire Monasterio to win the game.
Yeah, get Terang up the plate anyway.
Two and one. Big swing. 2-2 now. Had a good cut at it. Brewers down to their last strike again. Monasterio trying to come off the bench and keep this game going. 2 and 2, and he got him. Foul tip into the mid of Gomes. It's a strikeout, and the ball game is over. Cubs win it in extra innings. 6-3 the final. Major concern for Trevor McGill, who was hit by a line drive. That'll be the big story in the postgame show. But the Cubs get 7 no-hit innings from their rookie Ben Brown, and then score 5 in the 10th inning to win this game 6-3 to even the series at a game apiece. Brewers Live coming your way. Stephen Watson, Tim Dillard will have the post-game story for you. Rock and I will be back tomorrow for Game 3. So long, everybody. Brewers Live right after the commercial break.